Start recording. So we already lit on YouTube now.
What's up? I wanted to announce today that we do have a brand new film studio and video studio inside T-Shirt Kings photography. So if you want to have a photo shoot or anything like that, we're having a special 30-minute shoot. As many pictures as you take, we just email them all to you. You don't have to worry about prints. You get your pictures back before you leave. And so everything that you've always imagined that a photo shoot or that video production should be, we're bringing it to you. Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hottronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah!
Yeah.
And,
Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mag 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
man, I don't even know. Yeah.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won.
What you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary. That's legendary. That's legendary.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Peanut, aka Dash Resource, my man Stackis, man. He here in spirit or something. I don't know. I think I heard him or something out of his here somewhere. So he's still a little under the weather. So he's still in the back office somewhere watching us. You know what I mean? So shout out to Smeg, you know what I'm saying? Prayers to him, you know what I'm saying?
Throw them T's up.
Speedy recovery, you know what I'm saying, for my bro, man. But you know what I'm saying? We're here at the Legendary People Podcast, man. We got legendary people, legendary stories. Y'all see me earlier today, you know what I'm saying? I only had 15 minutes to leave, come right back. You feel me? Right back at it, bro. But without further ado, man, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Was it Shiekhs for breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all my man, Show Dog, my man Ron C while you down there. Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. Whenever you want to get bent, you want to get lit, you know what I'm saying? You can smell Kiara Wine in your system. You ever injured in a car accident, please make sure you contact attorney Michael Wright, make the right choice. And also, make sure you holler at theshoparea.com, which is the baby Amazon from the store to your door in 4 business days, man. But yeah, man, we have no legend higher than the one I got today, bro. You came up with so many different stories, bro, to the point where we had to bring bro on here, man. We got the debut Hawk legend himself, bro. Feedda the hood, bro. What's good, man? What's good with you, man? Yeah, man. So here on the Legendary People Podcast, I like to find out where our legends grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like the origins of it. So without further ado, where'd you grow up, man?
Man, I got a story. Like, my mama had me when she was 16. So we was moving around. And then she lost us because she was on drugs. So before she lost us, we was in Detroit, we was in North Carolina, we was in Colorado Springs. Yeah, we was just moving around. And we end up back here.
Word. So was you moving with family? Was you moving with was it you and siblings?
Yeah. I'm the oldest, and I got a brother and a sister by my mom.
So what was it like having to be the older brother, having to move into these different places? Because they kind of look at you as guidance,
I was so young, I can't fathom because we got a lot of family in Detroit.
Okay.
So that's where our family based from, Detroit.
So, like, was Dad around at all? Anything like that?
Nah, he from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He was older than my mom, so they weren't really together.
Okay.
And I didn't meet him till I was grown.
Word. So did your mom ever tell you stories about anything like that? Do you ever get an explanation on why? Probably, if you don't mind.
I mean, he was just older than my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah. With her being 16.
You know how that
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. So, how long did you live out of town?
This was my early years. All this was going on before I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember us living in all them places.
Okay.
Like in Denver, Colorado, I remember us living there because we lived in the projects across from the football field stadium.
It's a project right across the street from the football stadium?
Back in the old days.
That's crazy.
Because we used to look up and see that horse thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's like a real My House stadium. It's like you got to look up.
That's crazy, bro, for it to be like in like the hood for real, like practically, man. So like what kind of things like you get into like around that age, like when you like growing up?
Man, I know when we moved back to Dayton, that's when we end up in foster homes.
Mm-hmm.
So my first foster home we lived on in Westwood, right by Roosevelt. It was Orchard. It's a street called
Orchard, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And we lived next door to this family called the Norvells. It was a whole bunch
Norvells,
of
yeah.
Emilio, Savon. It was a whole bunch of them. It was like probably like 10 of them. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And that's what I played with every day.
Word. So like, what was that like being in a foster home? I mean, like you had your other siblings with you, or the family had
Just
you?
me and my brother.
Okay. So was you like going through the whole thing of missing your other sibling that's missing, or was it kind of like?
Yeah, our sister split up from us. She went to another foster home.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my brother was together.
What was that like though, bro?
I don't know, man. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it affects us today because I can't even tell you what's her favorite food or, you know what I'm saying? What she like and don't like. Because we kind of like dissing a little bit.
Yeah.
But me and my brother, we cool though.
Word. So, like, Norvells was kind of like your lifeline at that point in time, kind of like.
Yeah, this one like when I was about 6. I think we lived over there for like a year or 2.
Oh, wow. So
we used to walk to school together, all that.
What school did you go to?
We went to McFarland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Milio, I think Savon, and Mark. It's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of Norvells, bro. Like, everybody know them for sure. So.
Yeah. Milio was my best friend back then.
Word.
Yeah.
So, like, you stayed there for a year. Like, what's your family, what's your foster parents like?
They was old. They was like, back then, they probably was about in their 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, they was older.
Right.
And then after that, we moved over there off of 3rd Street on Sweetman. Right around the corner from my grandma, my real grandma.
Wow.
Yeah.
So around that time, were you 7 or 8, like around that age?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you still going to the same school or you going to a different
No,
school?
we're going to a different school. Like, back in them days, you didn't go to the same school every year. You would switch schools. Like, I think we was going to Washington, and they don't even got them schools.
Right, they ain't got the door for sure.
I can't remember the other school, but Franklin, that's what
Franklin.
Yeah.
So, did you get a chance to, like, say goodbye to the Norvells when you left, or was it like...
It was like on some movie stuff. Like, I got to say goodbye to him one more time, and then I didn't see him no more.
So, was it to another foster family?
Yeah.
Okay. How were they compared to the last home?
They was cool, too. But I was missing my friends from the Norville, so.
Right. Okay. So
then we got adopted when we was, I think I was like 10. My sister got adopted to a family. Then me and my brother got adopted to a family.
Okay.
And she was young, too. She was 28 back then.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to think, I was going to the club when I was 28, so I know I wasn't even thinking about taking on somebody else's kids, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So
like, what is that like at like that point of your life? I mean, you done had a turbulent life up to this point. You've already done been out the states and different stuff like that. To having a little place is kind of cool next to like some people that like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I can see me kicking it with them. To move into a new place with a younger, like, you know what I'm saying, like person watching at that point in time. Like, what was it like at that point? You're like,
I mean, it was cool.
Smith. But look,
Love you too, bro.
shout out to the legendary Smith, legendary handshake.
I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
When she first got us, we moved on Kings Highway. And over there, it was fun over there.
Kings Highway for sure.
Yeah, that's when video games and all that stuff came out. And it was a game room called Candyland. That was on Cornell.
Yeah.
And that's where all the street ballers, when crack first came, that's where everybody was going.
Right. So that had to have some type of influence on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Dayton too, and it's like when you seen the ballers out there and they buying candy for the kids and they out there and all the gold and the jewelry and the nice cars, like was that kind of like an influence back then for you?
Yeah, back then it was like Stephon Cottrell. I think Danny Lewis, all them was at the game room back in the old days. It was a lot more. I don't remember their names.
Right, word. So at this point in time, you in what, middle school? Well, not yet, still in elementary school. So
yeah, when I was on Kings Highway, when I first met her, I was like in elementary. I was like 5th grade. Yeah.
Word. So is there any other things like in your life up to that point that you think were like big, heavy influences on who you are today?
Yeah. My adopted grandma lived in Parkside. And so we learned how to catch the bus, and we'd go over there every weekend.
Okay.
And you know, Parkside, that's a whole different life. Yeah. So we used to go over there on the weekends, and our friend over there was Tracy Miller. You know him? Yeah.
Tracy Miller. I'm not familiar with Tracy.
He one of the best basketball players that came out of here. Yeah.
Wow.
One of them in the top 10. And we used to play crate ball. Like, it used to be these clotheslines. We would put a crate on one side and a crate on one side. We'd run full court. And it was fun out there. I know one time my cousin seen somebody get killed.
Wow.
Yep, and he was only about 7 or 8. Yeah. That's when crack first hit out there.
So, like, as a kid, did you notice the danger of it being out there, or was it just, like, so much fun that you really didn't think about it until that happened?
I mean, it was so much fun out there. And plus, I mean, we looked at it like, that's a grown people problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was normal. We didn't even know that it was messed up in the world like that. You know what I'm saying? But we seen stuff, though.
Right.
And, like, I met a lot of people out there.
Word. So, like, that kind of a bunch of people who, like, you met, who, like, later on, you was like, man, like, I know him from Parkside, I know from there. And just in, like, retrospect, you think you moving around so much made it easy for you to be in any hood like that?
Yeah, really, I'm the type of person, if I love where I'm at or love the people I'm around, that's where I'm going to be at. Like at the Parkside when I grew up, when I started running the streets, I started running the streets about 15.
Okay.
But I studied the game when I was 14. I had a best friend named Joe Willie, and all the older dope boys used to pay him to knock the people that owe him money out.
What? A little younger dude was like knocking people out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, he was already in the game, whatever. But I was running behind him. That was like my best friend. First time I went to DH was with him. Second time I went to DH was with him. And over there, that's when I started hanging over there in Kings Highway, Rolling Circle.
Right.
And we have the Long brothers, Mike Long, Jermaine Long. It was like a whole bunch of us. Kilo came later on down the line when we moved in out of bounds. But when I learned the game, I started running with this girl named Madeline. She was a girl. She was a baller, and we was making some money. And it was a legendary strip in Rolling Circle where the curve come around. It was like a strip of apartments where everybody was getting money live right there. And so we was trying to figure out a way to get on that strip. And it was this lady named Miss Michelle. Rest in peace to Miss Michelle.
R.I.P. Miss Michelle.
She had kids named Nene, Erica, and Lil Jimmy. They grown now though, but I was like their big brother.
Right. Because
I was over there every day. And that's how I got on that strip.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened, but we end up moving down some with our own spot.
Okay.
All this when I was like 15 though. And I ran away from home a year.
Okay.
I was gone for a year. So in the hood, on the block. And I survived that, so.
Right. Word.
And the only reason I went home because I got caught in a raid.
So walk us through that day, get caught in a raid, and like for instance, who we just have on here the other day, Shorty G. And Shorty G had this saying that I think is one of the funniest things she ever said. Well, she said, "I'm gonna run away from home until until it gets so, you can be so happy to see me by the time I come back is what her turn was to her mom. Because like her mom said, I'm going to whoop your ass. She said, I'm going to run away till you miss me.
Right.
Right. What was it like to the very first time you come back? It's like after you done got like caught up in some real shit.
I mean, the raid, I ain't get caught with nothing like that. It was a lame raid.
Oh, okay.
And I got caught in the raid. The police just took me straight home like he a runaway. Take him home. So I went home. I was living with my grandma then, my adopted grandma. She lived on Wesleyan, on Wesleyan Drive.
Yep.
So they took us home. Well, took me home. And I mean, it was cool. Then after that, they started treating me like a adult. Like, it's crazy. Like, when I couldn't do stuff, I was doing stupid stuff. Like, when they let me do, they didn't really let me, but, you know what I'm saying, they treated me like I was grown. And I started acting right, going to school and everything.
Word. So at the time that you gone for a year, is your brother still there?
Yep. But he lived with my mom by Dunbar.
Okay.
And I stayed with my adopted grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a reason why? Because, I mean, like, did you want to go back home to mom, or was like the block really where I wanted to be at during that time?
No, I was more close to my grandma, and he was more close to my mom.
Right.
And that's how it was. That's how it was split up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you come back and they treat you like an adult, this is now around the time where you already done, you know what I'm saying? You already done kind of test the tricks out a little bit.
Yeah.
So what school were you at there? During this time?
Meadowdale.
Meadowdale, the legendary Meadowdale for sure. So like, what's it like going to school, but you still got the itch for the streets as well?
I mean, all my friends that was running the streets went to Meadowdale. Yeah.
Word. So it was cool to go to school. Everybody fly, fresh to death.
Yeah, we had this motto like, we not going to school if we ain't got on nothing brand new. So we didn't go to school if we didn't have on nothing brand new. So
Word.
That's what it was.
Word. So, like, what kind of things were you engaged in other than the streets as well?
It was funny, when I first started running the streets, I played baseball at Dayton View Park in Hickorydale. They had the league at Hickorydale Park. And I used to walk to the park with my troop jacket on to go to baseball practice.
Okay.
A lot of my friends didn't know that. But my friend, I think Big Head Dion, I think he played, but I ain't for sure. And he was in the baseball. But I walked to practice every day. This before I even knew how to drive.
So would you say, like, if it wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, you being a legend in this regard, you probably could have been a legend in baseball as well?
Nah.
Like, you took it serious?
I had good defense, but I couldn't hit the ball because that time I didn't know I need glasses.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay, word.
But I always started, though.
When we every legend be here, like, bro, first time I tried it, I was great at it. Every single time we hear that, man.
Yeah, I started, though.
Word. So, what school like? Like what kind of student were you?
My favorite subject was social studies, but other than that, I ain't gonna lie, I was just wild. Yeah. I wasn't really wild, my friends was.
Okay.
And
right.
you know how that be.
Yeah. So, like, what kind of things was happening to you and your friends? Because, I mean, you a product of the people you around. Got to be some crazy stuff going on in the streets.
I mean, we had a whole bunch of skip parties, house parties. That's what we used to do almost every day.
Word.
I done went to parties with him, and I remember one time we was in a van on Gettysburg. It was a blizzard, and the van was doing a 360, and I'm just.
Them was Meadowdale days.
Yeah, that was Meadowdale.
He was young. We swooped him up.
Yeah,
from
they
the
came
game.
and got me, and it was a blizzard. Like, you don't even supposed to be driving, and it was a party on I think Hillcrest, and I don't know what happened. Big Baby, he rolled in some ice, and we did a 360. And I'm just looking up, I'm thinking we about to die. And shit, after we got out of that shit, I think, did we go to the party?
We went to like 3 parties that night.
It was like 3 parties that night.
Well.
We went to like 3
we might
parties.
want to start there then. So, like, that's the legendary handshake. Like, when was your first time meeting, bro?
My first time meeting him was through the neighborhood. You know what I mean? He was younger than us. But, you know, we met him and took him in, and because, you know, real recognized real.
Oh, God.
So once he got the Meadowdale with us, of course, he with us, you know. So me and Sean Richardson, Big Baby, we used to get with him. We go to games. A couple times he bought us outfits, and he younger than us. We going to the game fresh.
That's
like,
hard. That's hard.
All right, Big Baby, like, I'll drive. I'm supplying the drink.
Yeah, right.
So that's how we did. And one time we went like a week straight.
Yeah, we did.
Different parties, driving to school.
Back then
leaving
it was
school.
house parties back then.
Yeah, so we just met him in the real, recognized real, and then later in life I seen we both was into music, you know, and doing talent shows, and all that started evolving from there. Yeah.
So like, when did you develop your love for music in a way?
I mean, music always affected my life. Like, I can remember when I was like 10, and I listened to the one song, "Only the Strong Can Survive." It's called "Survival." I was blown away by that song because my grandma had cable and we was watching the video. I'm like, damn, we really messed up. Like, 'cause I thought having food stamps and all that was normal. You know what I'm saying? Because my grandma used to make us go to the store and get $1 worth of bologna and $1 worth of sesame. I hated sesame.
Oh yeah.
But it used to feed the whole house, all my cousins and everything. And I thought it was normal until that song. When I looked at the video, like, dang, like we messed up. Like the world messed up.
Dang. So up to that point, you was like literally like, this is just normal, and then you see that, and it's like, wait a minute, like this is word. So because actually, I mean, because you got other people as well in the neighborhood that's living the same exact way. So it wasn't just like, you know that about your family. It's like the family next door doing the same damn thing. Like,
Right.
Word.
But it's funny because I skipped where we lived on Harriet Street.
Okay.
And that's where I met Andy McCullough and the twins, the McCullough twins. They went to Middle Dale too.
Word.
But they was my brother's best friends. And it was like I could say like
Andy went to the NFL.
Yeah. But it was like a neighborhood where everybody worked, and you know what I'm saying? And then around the corner, it was a hood called Bolander. And it was a hood called, they called it Dunbar Manor. So I was friends with all of them too. So it was just like different worlds, you know what I'm saying? Compared to Parkside.
Word. So like, what was one of the craziest things that you seen besides your friend telling you about, you know what I'm saying, seeing somebody get killed? What's some of the other things that like you heard like on your way up or personally seen?
I seen.
Yeah, seen. Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Our youthfulness saved our lives a lot of time. Cause I remember one time, I ain't gonna say their name, but it was these dudes. They used to go around robbing people, and they was robbing the whole block. But we was looked at so young. They didn't think we was hustling. They thought we was just kids out there. Because we was smart. We act like we playing baseball, but we had hollowed out tennis balls with our work in it.
Wow.
And they thought we was kids just playing baseball. And they said, little niggas, y'all better go home. And shit, they walked past us and got to robbing everybody. I'm talking about guns and everything out. But by us looking like we little kids, they walked right past us.
Word.
Yeah.
So like, did that make you kind of like be on head on a swivel kind of thing, or is it kind of like, well, we good?
I mean, we lived it dangerous every day, so like me and my best friend Sean Pooh. It's this one story. I know y'all be talking about D-Boy. I met him when he was like, it scared the hell out of me because I walked into a spot and he was in there. He was like a little boy, yeah, like about like 13, 12, 13, something like that. And I looked at him like, damn, there's somebody out here younger than me, younger than us. And he was just in the spot. I could tell he just started out because he was like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say timid, but he was like just
a little bit
young.
nervous and kind of looking around, kind of.
Yeah, and I'm looking at him like, damn, man, you all right? You gonna be all right? Make sure it's such and such, because I was already seasoned a little bit. I like make sure whenever somebody go out the door, you lock the door. I was like coaching him a little bit, and that kind of messed my head up because he was the same age as my little brother.
Wow.
And I was like, damn. So if he can be out here, my little brother can be out here. And then like 3 years later, I'm hearing about him in the streets. Like he going crazy.
Wow.
And so every time we see each other, we just showed each other love.
And what was that like back in the day? Because like nowadays you got everybody that's beefing over a small amount of money. What was it like when it was like that gentleman salute of other dudes that was getting money back then?
I mean, we was young, so like it was some older people that didn't like us, like y'all in the way type stuff. then there's some that showed us love, like Tony Ruby.
Word.
Like, I met him when I was young. And, you know, when he said the story about the little, everybody knew me in the neighborhood, the little kids, even them. I was one of them little kids that knew him.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, every time he see me, showed me love. And he was young. I remember when he graduated from high school, I was still young, but I remember that. And he was showing us love. Yeah.
Word. So, was there anybody else that was notable that haven't been brought up yet? Like, in your early, like, upbringing?
I want to give a shout out to my OG, Wright, Devin. They still holler at me to this day on Facebook or whatever.
Devin Myers.
Yep.
Old school, yeah.
Yep.
Word.
Tahiti. It's a lot of people, man.
Word. Yeah, I mean, like, Dayton View was deep. I mean, everything I looked in, before
this. This before Dayton View.
Word.
I mean, I ain't even got to the part, like I think it was 91, like 91 or 92. This one we migrated from Rolling Circle to Audubon because they was remodeling Rolling Circle, and plus my friend's mom moved down to Audubon on Carvin. So all our friends migrated, and it was about like 10 of us. I can't even name all of them, but it was like 10 of like us that was around each other every day. So we all migrated to Audubon.
So so Audubon being the legendary block that it is today,
It ain't the same.
What was based solely off of y'all moving over there to Audubon, basically?
No, it was already a generation of hustlers there.
Okay.
But we all knew each other, and it was like, I mean, it was $1 million spot, bro. Like that whole area. And so we just all like migrated down to Audubon, and it's crazy.
Right.
This all while I'm still going to school though.
Okay, so like during the time, are you writing music? Are you?
No, I didn't.
With music, you just still hustling.
Yeah, hustling. I didn't start messing with music till I got older.
Okay.
Yeah, when I 91, 92, all my best friends was getting locked up, like from murder to everything. You know what I'm saying? And so I got to the point like, if I'm gonna stay here, I'm either gonna be in jail or dead. You know what I'm saying? And so I just made a decision because I was already going in Dayton View with my cousin. Well, I call him my cousin, Damien. We was going over there because he had a cousin over there named Kiki. And so we was going over there kicking it with them. And I liked it over there because it's like a family-orientated place over there. Like everybody got a brother, or everybody can. You know what I'm saying? And so when it got real bad, I knew I had to go because shit, they was watching me. And so I ended up in Dayton View.
What was some of the first ways you knew they was watching you? Like, were they doing like to stand there like knock and coming over there and doing all that? Or?
I mean, it was some security guards over there. This is when we lived in, my aunt lived in Regency Square. And so they had some security guards over there. They was some stuff, bro. They'll rob you, take your dope, take your money. Yeah.
Wow.
They'll rob you. And so they was on my ass. So we had to move.
Word.
Yeah.
Regency was by Maine.
Regency Square, no, on Audubon.
Oh, Audubon Regency Square. Okay.
Yeah.
Word. So during this time, you getting hot, but you are, you know what I'm saying? But like you still kind of young, but but now, you know what I'm saying? Like the streets kind of changing a little bit, and because like your friends are getting locked up. What's your next thought pattern, and like what do you do after that?
I think I got kicked out of Metal Deal. Then I ended up going to Dunbar for like a semester.
What'd you get kicked out for?
Just being truant, not coming to school. But Mr. Kirby, you ever heard
Kirby?
of
Yeah, I know Kirby. For sure.
when he stopped being a principal at Metal Deal, he got a higher position where he was the head person over, I think, I don't know if it was transportation or I don't know.
Yeah, he was over transportation.
Yeah, but I know I had to go to him in a meeting because I was signing myself back, trying to get back in school because I was, truant and whatever, and then I got kicked out. And so they gave me one more chance. And he was like, what school you want to go to? Because he already know me because I always used to get in trouble. And he was like, what school you want to go to? He said, you can either go to Longfellow, Colonel White. I didn't know I had friends at Colonel White, so I said, I don't want to go to Colonel White. I don't want to go to Longfellow. He said, Dunbar. I said, I want to go to Dunbar. And my little brother went there. My brother Dennis, he was popular there. But I think he was a freshman then, so he wasn't really popular like that to the next year. So I went there, and then I ended up moving with my cousin on Roosevelt. That's like by the Bass Gangster Course. You ever heard of Gangster Course?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and we used to walk to school. I liked it Dunbar, but it was different from Meadowdale.
Right. So, like, what was the biggest difference? Like, what was the difference in Meadowdale compared to Dunbar? Like, I went to the Dale also.
I don't know. It's like over there. I mean, I didn't really know a lot of people over there. So to me, like Meadowdale was more flashy to me. Like, but they had hustles at Dunbar too. Cause I think I was going there when Lee Benson was going there. The top 6'9", what's his name? 6'9", something like that. Yeah, I was going there when he was going there, and Big Daddy Wilkerson. And I end up dropping out of school after that semester. Yeah, I said fuck it.
I mean, cause like they said, like it's your last chance. You was like, this ain't really nothing I want to do anyway. But
yeah,
it was something to do during the day. Because to me, I always thought about like, you know, some like the hustlers that was out of school was always thought of as like, there ain't nothing to do till everybody get out of school anyway. Like you kind of bored, and I mean, you making money during the time, but I mean, essentially all your friends is in school till they get out type shit.
Yeah, half of us went to school, half of us didn't. That's how it was.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. So at this point in time, it still ain't DVH. So like, when did you put together the whole DVH?
I didn't put it together. It was already. I mean, you talking about the rap group?
Yeah.
I mean,
what led to there? I ain't trying to skip some, cause I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch in there.
Yeah,
you know
it's a whole bunch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so like walk me through some of them.
I mean, really, it was this dude named Marlo. He lived on Lexington. He had the beat machine. He had everything like that you need. And so we used to just go over there and just rap, make songs, but we weren't really serious with it. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't want to depend on Marlo because he worked, he had a job and everything, so we couldn't like go over there when we wanted to. So I ended up meeting Lotta from Alton Courts. He was our first producer. People don't know that. And Million Tracks. This is dude named Million Tracks.
Million Tracks.
And we used to go over their house, but they already had a crew. And they was from Alton Courts and all that area, so it was about already like 10 of them in there.
What was the name of that crew? Do you remember anything like that? Maybe.
I know they called themselves the One Way, but somehow they fell out about that. But we was over there for a while. Then I was like, man, I could pay for my own studio time and do my own stuff. And so I got a little bit better in writing. And like the people that was around me, like Jay, my little brother, Manny, they already knew how to rap. And I was like, man, we about to do our own stuff, bro. Cause then we end up going to Mo Beats one day.
Mo Beats.
And that's how I first met him.
Word.
Legendary.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Mo, man. Yeah. What's your first impression of Mo?
Man, he funny. Like you could do something tight and he won't even make no like. He'll just be like he bored type.
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's my same exact first time meeting Mo was like that.
Yeah, like when we made our first song was a hit song that we made there. Sir Arthur, the one got the club down the street.
That's my cousin.
For real. He came up with the song What They Want to Do. People don't know that, but that was his song. Yep. But we got in an argument the first day we was there. Like, if you know him, he think he a boss. Even when he was a little kid, slapping his leg like, we gonna do it. I'm like, nigga, I'm paying for it. He like, nigga, yeah. So we got into it, but we end up making it, and it was a banger. Yeah. Wow, man.
So that's crazy. I cannot wait to talk to my cousin, bro. I go down there. So after that. You know what I'm saying? Is that when y'all start the group, or is it like, nah, not really? It's kind of like, it's just somewhere
that's when we started the group. When we started going to Mo Beats, that's when we was a group.
Right. So, like, who were some of the other rappers during that time? Because a lot of times it's like, people always mention DVH as like, you know what I'm saying, like Debut House is like the, you know what I'm saying, like one of the major ones that everybody mentioned, but who else was around during the time y'all was starting?
275, I thought I made it when I did a song with them. I'm like, damn, I can rap a little bit.
Yeah.
Then 275, Coach Chronic, Rick B. That was my dude, Rick B. I remember one time we did a show at the skate rink. And all his friends was mad that he came to the skate rink and did a show with us because he was from Parkside or whatever.
Dang. So, yeah, like, so it was drama to, like, that extent?
Yeah, they was mad at him. But he came that mug by himself and rocked the whole show. So, shout out to Rick B.
For sure. I mean, so is this like the Roller Dome?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, everybody's fighting at the Roller Dome. I remember that.
But what inspired me really to rap, it was this group called the Mad Dog Clique. They was from, like, Reese. Boonk and them. Mm-hmm. They had a rap group called the Mad Dog Clique. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang. I know these dudes, and they making a rap group. They can make songs and stuff, and everybody was playing it. Like you can hear cars playing it and everything. And I was like amazed by that. Mm-hmm. And that's when Cash Money and all Master P and all that came out.
Yeah.
And that's what just influenced me to like we need to do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like so y'all booked y'all very first show at the Roller Dome. You got. You know what I'm saying? Rick B.
Oh, it was deep, too.
Yeah, of course. It was deep there, right? Plus, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got him, which he on fire in his own right, you know what I'm saying? Like, during that time, because a lot of people mention him as, you know what I'm saying, like a big dog. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like during that time. So, at this point in time, y'all get y'all very first sign of success. What's that first show like for you? Like,
I mean, it was just jumping.
Right.
Yeah, it was deep.
Was it like the thing that's like, I want to do this forever? Like, was it one of that type of feelings, or kind of like it was just cool for the moment?
I wanted my crew to do it forever. I knew I was older, and I wanted to be in the back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all had flow. Mm-hmm. I wanted them to do it forever, or when they, you know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure. So like, working with Mo, y'all work on your first album. Like, is that the one that's in the glass case with the red and black?
Yeah.
Picture right.
Yeah.
Meezy
did that. Meezy did that cover. Mm-hmm. You know who Meezy is, right? Dre Meezy.
Oh, from Dream On?
275, yeah.
Dream On.
Yeah, word.
He did that cover and damn, what's his name? One be with Smith.
Oh, Hood,
yeah.
Hood, legendary Hood. For sure. So, at this time, do y'all know Dre through like music, or do y'all just know him through?
No, I knew him from school when I went to Roth.
Word.
Yeah.
So do you ever go to their studio that was in Westwood?
Yeah, in the garage.
Oh, word. So like, you was already like going over there, kicking it, like like you kind of.
Yeah, like it was like Mo was my main producer, but I ended up. I think I seen Dre at the studio one time. Like, damn, you do music? You a engineer or whatever? Like, yeah, why don't you come over to my studio? We went over there. I did a couple songs over there. Mm-hmm. Then I know when Diamond Cut did one of their mixtapes, I think I was on the mixtapes. I can't remember, but I liked them too because they was organized, way more organized than us.
Okay.
Like it was Phase 3. Shout out to Phase 3 because he gave me a shout out. And it was like they was organized. Like he was like a businessman. He'd have I think it was the briefcase that Jordans came in.
Yep.
He had all his raps in that.
The 20.
Yep. Like I think I did a song or a verse on his mixtape, and he did one on mine. And then we did a song together, me, him, and L Dog. That song was a banger.
Right.
We did a song together, all three of us, and everybody was riding back in that song.
What was it like to have that notoriety off the music and also to be respected in the street?
It was weird to me. I didn't like the attention kind of a little bit. I remember we was so hot, we was beefing with Westwood, but the Westwood dudes invited us to perform at their party. We thought it was a setup, but it wasn't though. That's how hot we was. They was inviting us to perform. Like a couple weeks before that, our hoods were shooting at each other. But then they invited us to a party to perform. I was thinking like, this is a setup or something.
Right.
But ain't nothing happened though.
So wait, they invited y'all still went like?
Yeah. We was about 20 deep. Yeah.
Word. So at this point in time, like, who are the original members of
the rap group? Me, Sir, Manny, Jay, Neil. He didn't rap, but he knew everybody. Like, it was funny. Like, my dude Neil, he used to be with me every day. He wasn't no rapper, but he was the backup rapper. Like,
What's a backup rapper?
like if somebody didn't show up, he'd know their verse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Like,
was smart.
He was the sixth man. Like,
he was the sixth man.
Yeah,
like
word.
my dude Nelly, and his brother RT. He was gonna be the manager, the co-manager, but he showed up and we had a meeting. Well, I can't remember who we had a meeting with. I think his name Coleman. He was the manager of the one singer group that was from here.
Flip side.
Yeah, they manager. And we supposed to
Legendary Flip side.
and we supposed to had a meeting with they manager. And my dude RT showed up to the meeting late with 2 girls, man. It was funny, man. So that didn't go through, but shit, RT, it's a whole bunch of, like, basically, even if you weren't rapping, if you was from our block, Oxford, you was in the group.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Right.
And then it was the crew under us, well, not under us, but younger than us, Meat Man, Snipes, Booney. They started rapping. They was hot.
Yeah.
So they was like,
Meat Man went to the deal with me.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that's like the crew. Now, you say you starting to get a little bit of like notoriety in the city. You really ain't feeling like that. You thinking about eventually falling back and kind of like letting you do the business side of stuff. So like y'all got a deal on the table to do mess that up. Now what happens after that? Like, do you be like?
I remember we probably was. I mean, we did a show. We opened up for Mystical before in Louisville, and my dudes was acting ass there. My old
Wait a
school.
minute. That had to be the same show that Gwenny P was at.
Who?
Like Gwenny G was at.
Who was that?
Do you know Gwenny G?
Shorty G.
Shorty G was another name.
I know Jag was there.
Because like, she talked about her being at the same show.
Mystical.
Yeah.
Yep. Female group. It was
They
4
probably-
deep. 4 deep.
They probably was there. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I
walk
mean-
through that, yeah.
Man, it was crazy, man. I know Mystical didn't want to come on stage because the promoter, he from Dayton, he got money or whatever. He the one took us down there, and I don't know if they was beefing over some money or whatever, but he ended up going on stage, and Mystical thought he was too good to go in his changing room. He had a writer. You know what a writer means, don't you? Everything you want. If you're a performer, it's called a writer. Everything you want, they gotta have it for you.
And when you get there, waters, veggie trays, whatever.
Well, he had a writer where he had chicken. He had his room all G'd up. And we was in a punk ass dressing room like we wasn't shit. We was all mad like, man, fuck that.
Right.
So we went and broke in his room, took all his chicken,
Some hard shit.
everything. And it was funny because my dude Jay, he was like, nigga, we eat mystical chicken, nigga. And that shit was funny, bro. Man, we had fun that night, bro.
Word.
We had hotel rooms and everything. That shit was fun that night.
Word.
Smello almost went to jail.
Over what?
Shit, he was clown. I think it was an illegal vendor there. And the promoter, John, he took like, man, beat that nigga ass. So everybody was rushing the dude. And I think the police seen Smello sock him or whatever. They let you man, Smello is an older guy. He's like 69 now.
Wow.
Dang,
You got it.
over then.
So how old was he then? Like in his
He probably was like 50 something.
50? Okay.
Hanging with y'all.
See, you gotta have him on the show, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, word.
He'll talk your head out. Him and Garfield. And so, yeah, man.
G-Field, we had G-Field on here.
Yeah, he almost went to jail, man.
Okay.
It was Smello and it was some Jay. The one was like, we eat mystical chicken, nigga. So they almost went to jail. And old school, what's his name? Dixon. He dark skinned. He be thinking he a manager and stuff.
Tony Dixon.
Tony Dixon.
Yeah, he talked the police out of not taking him to jail.
Well, look, he managed to get y'all out of trouble that time.
He managed Tony Terry right now. Old school singer Tony Terry. He managing him right now.
Yeah, he got a little mouthpiece though.
Yeah,
he's like, man, we about to go on tour.
He been in Atlanta for years, around everything. He gets some shows together.
Yeah, but Old school. I know he Jag's cousin, but whoever I can't remember his last name. I know his last name Dixon.
Oh, Will Dixon.
Will Dixon.
Will.
Yeah, Will. Yeah.
But it's a
He talked the
Tony,
police
too.
out of not taking him to jail though that night.
Man, bro. So, what other kind of trouble did y'all get into just because, like, y'all young and y'all flashy? Y'all got your way together. Like, what other type of trouble did y'all get into?
To my far as when the music.
Yeah, of course on the music side. Of course on the music side. If you don't, contact Michael Wright.
Nah. I mean, they, like when we had shows at the Roller Dome, and they was just wilding out, throwing water on girls and all that. I remember one time they threw water on these girls, but I was cool with their dad. And I didn't even know they did that. So the dad rolled down on me with his daughters in the car, like, bro, you know your little young dudes threw water on my daughters. I'm like, huh? And they all in the car quiet but smiling. Like the whole time I didn't even know what happened. Ajane and Tanae, they threw water on Ajane and Tanae, you know, their little crew. But I didn't even know what happened. Like, I'm real cool with their dad. R.I.P. to their dad. And he rolled down on me. You know, that's their daughter. Of course he gonna see what's going on. But I didn't even know they did that. So.
Word.
And the crazy, I mean, this night was wild at that Roller Dome, bro. Like the same time this happened, somebody broke in, I ain't gonna say his name, truck, and took a whole bunch of money. Like it was just wild that night.
Wow. Yeah. So like this is like at like one of y'all shows or just kind of like a place?
Yeah, at our show.
Yeah.
It was just like a whole bunch of stuff going on, fighting, all that crazy. It was crazy.
Y'all used to have them crunk.
Hey, Dayton was crazy back then. I mean, Dayton is Dayton, right? So, like some of the notable things that I saw that like y'all did also was y'all was on the what called the veterans mixtape. It had what was that? DJ Stano and
that was me and my dude Rico that I used to produce. Me and him was on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like working with? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, like y'all legends, y'all all right, but of course, like Stano.
That was easy.
Like a legend, yeah, that's easy, man.
Like Skano, he was the first person to put us on the radio. Yeah, he always showed us love. Him and DJ Chaos. Chaos used to DJ at the K9. Like we'd have songs that wasn't even mixed down. He'll play that, and that's love.
Yeah, well, I heard DJ Stano was like a good like break dancer.
Yeah, he old school though. I remember one time. I mean, this before. It's funny before. Ja Rule and I them started making songs for the females.
Yeah.
I started doing that before them. Then Skynet was like, man, I don't like that soft stuff, man. You need to stick to the street stuff, bro. He's like, I don't like that soft stuff, bro. And it was funny, man.
Word, bro. Word. So, I mean, we see y'all having a lot of fun and stuff like that. I mean, just a couple notable times y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you. A couple notable times y'all out, you know what I'm saying? Pull up some old school pictures of them.
Dang.
Yeah.
What is?
Oh, this at a party though.
Okay.
This at a party.
What was the party scene like for you during this time where, you know what I'm saying, you kicking it, you got money, you got you know what I'm saying, you got notoriety, you on the radio, every top DJ in the city messing with you.
When we heard our stuff on the radio, we was on the block. Like, my dude, RP Rockin' Rob, he started running down the street like, y'all on the radio, y'all on the radio. Then it was like crazy. Everybody was coming outside. People was riding past, playing the song like in the neighborhood. Like we had a block. Everybody knew where we was. So they came up there. They was like, "We on the radio. We on the radio." And shout out to my Pumpkin and Baby King. They was in the group too, but they was like from Grand Avenue. They weren't from our block.
Okay.
So everybody was going crazy when we got on the radio. So
man, to me, like you say, it's so passe, which is super dope to me. You know what I'm saying? It goes with your whole like aura, bro. But to me, I just remember me being a rapper, and I remember having to call the line 100 times to play my song. They finally played it. It was like 11 o'clock at night. Ain't nobody listening to it. So to me, to hear that story is like every rapper's dream is to be like, yo, you on the radio, and everybody listening and pulling down the block. Like,
I think if he had a show, I think it came on about 8 o'clock because he had a show called. I think it was called Slam It or Jam It. It was something.
Yeah, Slam It or Jam It.
Pump it or dump it.
It was something like that. I can't remember when Skano was on the radio. He was at the radio station. He played our song. I was like, wow.
So what was your feeling when you heard the song again and again and again? Because it got played more than once or twice.
Right.
You know, what was
mean,
that feeling like?
It wasn't the same after the first time. So
Yeah,
after that, I
okay.
really didn't care.
So at this point, like, what is your motivation? Is it to continue to do music and put your people on? Is it to?
I mean, after we had a show with what was his name? Mac. He was with Master P. We was about to do
Mac.
a show with Mac, and then he caught that case.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we was just like, damn, we probably would have made it. And we was cool with these dudes from Cincinnati. I know one of them, he had a clothing line called Real Nigga Gear. And I can't remember the other dude, but he brung shows. He brung a lot of shows here. You probably know who he is. I can't remember his name though, but he used to bring shows here all the time.
From Cincinnati?
Yep.
Taboo?
Nope.
That don't sound familiar. Okay.
He was a young dude too, but he was bringing a lot of shows. He brought Master P here for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, it's kind of like y'all big here. You don't really want to do like mainstream kind of success. Like,
I mean, truthfully, we weren't really on it like we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't really on it.
So like in hindsight, like, what is something like you wish that you would have did back then? Like when you go back to your younger self, what's something you would say to your younger self?
Man, well, I had these friends. Well, this is on Oxford. The twins. They all I had a friend named Worm, Jerome, Jason, Freaky Al. With the twins and Worm just got out of Tico. They would have made Division 1. They was that good. I remember I took them up to Colonel White. They was all school dropouts except I think Freaky Al. And they beat the starting Colonel White squad. And they was younger than them. I'm talking about they from the streets. They don't play, they didn't know how to play like basketball, like referee type shit. Mm-hmm. And they beat the starting lineup. And we was all like, damn. This is before rapping though. And I wish I could have pushed them to go to school because they was good.
Wow. Man.
Yeah. Worm, everybody know who he is on the court. Rome, Big Rome. I mean, this is when we used to go to Princeton every day. We used to go there every day. And I wish I could have pushed them to go to college. That's my only regret.
Man, that's what's up, man.
All right, Hog, we're going to take a commercial break real quick. Everybody put them tees up for Todd.
Yeah,
He getting
sure,
better.
man.
He going to be back with us soon.
Sure, man.
Put the tees up for the HNIC. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hottronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pop? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say?
They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! What's up? I wanted to announce today that we do have a brand new film studio and video studio inside T-Shirt Kings. Photography. So if you want to have a photo shoot or anything like that, we're having a special 30-minute shoot. As many pictures as you take, we just email them all to you. You don't have to worry about prints. You get your pictures back before you leave. And so everything that you've always imagined that a photo shoot or that video production should be, we're bringing it to you.
Yo, what's good? What's good, Josh? Your boy Dash Resource, aka Peanut, man. I'm here, man, in the middle of one of the legendary interviews here, man. Listen, you know what I'm saying? I got my boy Cam Easy back here. He chilling. You know what I mean? And bro, we definitely gonna house the sponsors first. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go down to Sheikhs for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? My man Ryan, see my man Short Dog. You ever get hungry for lunch, make sure you holler at Agnes All Natural Grill. You ever injured in an accident, make you contact attorney Michael Wright, make the right choice. You want to get bent, get lit, get you some Kiara Wine. We already killed the bottle we had in here earlier today. And
New shopping network.
hey, Antoine Cunningham, you need to bring another bottle through here, baby. You know, so we run it through them. So, but yeah, but also the shoparea.com, man, the baby Amazon from the store to your door in 4 business days, man. So, man,
What shirt you got on? What's that you got on?
Oh yeah, capitalist clothing, baby. Bought some merch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a Republican, don't be a Democrat, be a capitalist, baby. Make some money off of it. You know what I mean? Don't let them make money off you.
DVH, what shirt you got on?
Oh yeah,
Player University.
Player University. Shout out to Ken Lowe, man. Shout out to Ken Lowe, man. Which we had a legendary interview with him. So please make sure you migrate to our YouTube page where you can see all of our legendary interviews. We even interview the mayor-elect. We interview Desiree Timms. We interview Tony Ruby Sr. We interview
Shackleford.
We keep going, man. We interview everybody but your moms, man. Come on, man. Holla at us, bro. So back to the interview, man. So at this point, to me, you are at the height of what most rappers from Dayton will want to have is some type of splashes in the, you know what I'm saying, of like you doing shows with notable people, because I mentioned and stuff like that. You
We open for Scarface and them too.
Okay, so like walking through the Scarface.
Man, it was
It's
crazy because
twin.
people called me
We used to call him
Scarface. So
Face.
Word.
when I seen him, I was like, damn, I really do look like him.
You wait till you saw it to actually see it?
Yeah,
Back in the day,
like I
bro.
really do look like him, man. That was cool. That
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
So, like, did you idolize him in a certain respect, or was it because people said y'all look like him? Like, did you look up to him as well, like, as an artist?
Yeah, it was like back in the day, they raised us like E40, Scarface. You know, they was
Ghetto
like
Boy.
talking about the game. Like we like, dang, they really saying the stuff that we really going through. You know what I'm saying? So I could say they kind of raised us a little bit. Yeah.
Word. So in your so like in your manager or CEO bag, you also work with some other notable legends like Lil Black and Irvin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like walk us through that.
I can't even remember how we met. I think it was through Lotta.
Okay.
And then we damn near did a whole mixtape together for real. And,
So are they work ethic like what Smith say it is? Like literally, like you put them in the studio, they gonna drop a whole mixtape in one night.
yeah.
They work like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So like you met them through Lot, and then like what was that experience like? Like was it?
I mean, they was from Alton Courts, from Dayton View, and you know, my hood didn't like us or me messing with people from another hood. You know what I'm saying? As far as music,
What was that politics like when you trying to do music and conduct business?
I don't know, man. But I was trying to connect it.
It was hard, huh?
It was connect. I mean, we still did it, but it wasn't like the support from my way like it's supposed to be, because they weren't from where we was from. But I had a vision like I'm trying to like do stuff with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Like Master P, basically. Like put everybody on.
Yeah.
And
that's
like,
when people used to get mad, they be like, "You Master P ass nigga," or Suge Mike. Jadell made up that name, I think.
Look how you Suge Mike.
Yeah.
Legendary
Jadell still call me that too. Yeah. I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, link the dot. But I mean, Black Jack and Lil Herb, well, they got go.
Word.
Back then.
Word. I will Ink God, I heard some of the stuff recently, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He still got it. I haven't seen Herb at all. Have you?
Nah, I think he worked. He ain't on.
Okay, yeah. Word. So
But he got a big brother named Bay. We used to all rap together. Yeah, Bay. Not Ink God, but Herb got a big brother named Bay.
Word, cause I went to school with him when we went to like Kaiser or whatever. Like I remember like we used to go to like Stuart Patterson and Hoop. I went to elementary school with Black. So it was like when they blew up, I felt like I was happy about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for some reason, like that part of Dayton just don't get on me where like I turn into that hater. Like, nah, it's like always like I always see myself in the success of people I know.
But the difference is, like, we really didn't want to be rappers like that, though. We was just doing it to have fun because we was bored. Like, when the block be slow, we'd be on the porch writing songs. You know what I'm saying? That's what we'd do. Like, but they really was rappers. They wanted to be rappers, so that was the difference.
Word.
So it got more serious once you really started investing in it?
I mean, I did invest a lot of money. We weren't getting paid for none of that. We was just doing it to have fun.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at it as a loss because we was off the block. We got to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Go to
You
interviews
was
and
getting them out the city.
Yeah. So I didn't really look at it as a loss, even though we didn't really make no money off the stuff.
Right. So like legacy wise, like what do you think was like the biggest thing that you brought to Ohio hip hop? Period.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I feel like I ain't bring nothing to it.
What?
I didn't.
The impact y'all made.
I mean, we probably inspired other people.
Probably.
I could say one thing: we was one of the first rappers to go to Mo Beats.
Word.
Because back then everybody was like he was charging too much, but he really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so people was just like going to home
It
studios.
was a real
and stuff
studio
like that.
though.
And we went to a real studio, and people weren't used to that.
So what you can say also is like in that regard is because he had an industry standard. Like that one thing about Mo is Mo's mixes is. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Like he don't won all type of awards for that type of stuff. Like notable stuff where like such as the one brother who came to the studio and had Grammys and stuff. Mo done had his fingers on so much of the thread and fibers of
the city.
And for you to be the catalyst of this is what industry is supposed to sound like, shaped how everybody else did their music. Mm-hmm. So inadvertently, you shake the sound of Dayton.
Not really.
Look,
It's like because it was already like we was like one of the first. I said one of the. I ain't say the
Typical
first.
legendary Dayton.
Right.
One of the first rap groups to go to Mo, but I think back then it was Del Pastel and Coleman. I think his name Mark Coleman. He had Flipside there, and the Mark on them was going there. We was like the only groups going there back then.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question. If you didn't have the hood politics involved in what you try to do musically, what kind of group would you put together back then?
People don't. I mean, people. I had an R&B group too.
What was the name?
It was In Too Deep. I think it was Mark. But they was more thuggish than us. They done been to the joint and all that stuff. my nigga Corey Gant and Mark. I think Mark locked up now. He doing like 15 to 20.
Damn.
Gant, wow, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Word, man. Word. So, any questions for Eve? I know Eve, we have no questions back there.
Yeah, like these days, I heard you done invested in, like, you got your own business. What type of business?
Yeah, I got a
ventures
lawn
you
care
got going
service
down?
and moving and hauling. So that's what I do now for real. I just stay out of trouble.
Word, man.
Yeah.
Like you by your like self, you got crews. How you handling
Mostly
that?
my little cousin work with me, so
Okay.
that's how we do it.
Word, man.
But let me take that back. I got my dude. He got his own company too, and sometimes we link up.
Yeah,
and get
the
stuff.
contract out there. Yeah, word,
Yeah.
man. So here in the Letter People podcast, we had a thing called the Butterfly Effect. It was something you said during the course of the interview or something I found in the course of my research that I found that truly profound and amazing. Just starting off with like how you carry yourself, bro. Like we always knew you as just like this boss figure. Like we like you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
don't feel like that.
I'm just saying, bro, like
I'm
from
a
my
survivor.
perspective. You feel I mean, of course, bro, like that goes without saying, but I'm just saying just from the observing standpoint, like every time I seen the way DVH move, whenever I see y'all in pictures, y'all super deep, and you feel me, like the love and the family aspect there is super dope. And then when you speak on how, you know what I'm saying, like one person moved to this block, it was like everybody in there was linked in by family, because I swear, it be times where like I done went down there to go holler at, you know what I'm saying, so my cousins over there, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Coochie Baby and them. And it always felt like, who you know over here? You feel me? It always felt like that. Like if you ain't know nobody over there, you feel me? Like you feeling like you really left out. So to me, it's like, even though people may classify this on certain like levels to say street stuff is this, street stuff is that. To me, I see family and street stuff. So I see the deeper fibers in there. And then to see like where you came from, where it's like nobody probably knew like that part about your story, about you being in the foster home and having to move to different places.
And the hood mamas helped me too, like
Word.
Miss Long, R.P. Miss Long,
R.P. legendary.
R.I.P.
Miss Long, the real original Mama D,
Oh, wow.
and Miss Mandy, she's from Oxford, Miss Sylvia. Like they didn't like what we was doing, but they understood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they always told us it could be a better way, but they understood. And that's all we needed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what I'm seeing through that is you literally not just, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of us do come from bigger families. I come from smaller families. So I created my ecosystem of a family. It seemed like you did that with what you did and your legacy.
After I got grown, I got a big family.
Oh, yeah, I know that's word.
Like my daddy had 13 kids, so I got to meet all them since I've been grown.
Word.
So I got brother in Mississippi. I think all the rest of them in North Carolina, but I got a whole bunch of brothers and sisters on both sides. Well, I only got a few on my mom's side, but a whole bunch on my dad's side.
Word. So like you having that, you bringing that into what you're doing now, like, you know what I'm saying, like we asked you, you know what I'm saying, like what you're doing in your business side now, you know what I'm saying, you saying, yo, I got this business and this and the third, and you feel me, and it's still a family thing. To me, it's super dope to see, like, because for instance, you spoke about a bunch of your friends that are in prison, dead, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You're a survivor, just like saying what you did.
That's why I don't feel like I'm a boss, I'm a survivor. That's
facts. But you did it in a boss way, bro, and that's why we celebrate you, bro, because what y'all did for Ohio hip hop is something that's paying dividends today for everybody that's coming together. When I started my whole Wasteland and that third, like it was based out of me seeing my brothers and them following a blueprint that was a carbon copy of what you already laid down. You know what I'm saying? Like when they did a UTB, it was based out of the same like practices, bro. So you may not feel like you're a legend, bro, but I'm telling you, bro, your name and what you have made.
I know legendary people. I've seen people do legendary stuff. I don't feel like I'm a legend.
And every legend says that, bro.
Yeah.
For real, bro. So, man, bro, I want to let you look. He's just saying that.
I want to give out a shout out to Ronnie Foster and Ronnie. They used to let us come to Princeton every day, even though they know we was on some bullshit. They'll let us come up there to keep us out of trouble. I like to get a shout out to Ronnie Foster and Ronnie.
That was legendary.
So what you tell the younger people these days who, especially the rappers, because we see how that's going, what would you tell the industry people who trying to come up in, like, give them some wise words?
Or people that glorify the stuff that you probably don't look at that highly now that you're
older,
yeah.
I really, I got a cousin in Alabama named Big Perk. He like on my little label called Feedda Hood Entertainment, and they wild out there. Like compared to Dayton, they wild. They'll shoot you in the mall and all that type stuff. Like we did a video down there, and it was me, Smobby.
Shout out to Smobby.
And we did a video down there, and this police was following us the whole time we was at the mall. And the next day, somebody got shot at the mall, and we was just laughing like if that motherfucker would have been worrying about other shit, like somebody wouldn't have got shot at the mall. Like it was crazy. Somebody got shot at the mall the next day we left.
Dang.
Yeah. In Mobile, no, it was Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh wait, hey y'all, we got a special call in from Smed. Smedro.
Hey,
what up?
Man, nigga, you a motherfucking goat.
Thank you, Smed. I keep trying to tell him, bro. He won't take it, bro.
Hey, man, hey, let me tell you something. This is what Peanut ain't got a chance to tell you. You know what you did, bro? You personified Dayton U. A lot of people don't know.
But I'm not originally from Dayton U, though.
Live in a neighborhood or be a part of like a certain community, right?
Right.
And then I think what you did was you just kind of like personified that, put it all into a character, and then gave it to the city.
Yes.
And I don't know, and I think Lil Urban Blackjack did that for Arlington Court. But and I don't know, there's like Coach Chronic and Rick D did that for Parkside.
Yep.
I think what you did, bro, was you pretty much just you gave the city the view.
Hey,
Yes.
Smed.
Yes.
If I would have had a bigger bag, I would have signed Blackjack a little earlier. But I done did a whole bunch of songs with him, man.
But just saying though, like, man, you know, I think that you done a lot of cool
Yeah, I
stuff,
did my
bro.
part.
And you wouldn't be there, bro, if we didn't see you as a fucking boss, a player.
Exactly. All of the above, bro.
I just don't feel it.
Like, because this ain't one thing that we don't do on the show for real. We really don't bring people on for charity.
Right.
We people on because we really feel like they inspiring. and
Exactly.
they done something good, you know.
Tell him, Smeg.
And I'm sorry to be there, bro. I really, really wish I could have been there for your interview of all interviews, bro.
Yeah,
for real,
man.
just I could have saluted you because you done a lot of other cool stuff, like bro, like when I first came out with the Ohio Kings, you know, you gave me just donated to help the kids. I've done that before, you know, just and you know, started your own business, just a bunch of good shit. Bro.
Exactly,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Right.
There you go, Smeg. There you go, Smeg. Tell him, Smeg.
You a legend too, cause we started out down there together.
Give you some good old flowers, bro. And that's it for real.
Thanks, Smedro, man. Look, bro, you know you a legend. This man had to call the look. Smed called the phone, bro. We ain't never done this, man. We ain't never done this.
I wish I had some legendary money.
We all do though.
This might be the last thing I ever say, bro.
Oh, don't say. Oh, Smed, love you, bro. Love you, bro.
It's been too many prayers out there for you to be talking
Yeah,
like
bro.
that.
Too
So
many teas up, bro. Too many teas up.
Yeah, man, that shit don't help.
Don't say that on the line. And do it. All right,
bye,
bro.
boss.
I want to give a shout out to the people that shout out me on this show, like DNA.
Yeah.
I heard they gave me a shout out. And Phase 3, he gave me a shout out. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's from my block. Y'all know who y'all are.
Word, man.
And a lot of them done changed their lives. Got jobs, businesses. And my dude, he got the funnel cake on Rosedale. Go holler at him, the funnel cake man.
Okay.
Go holler at him. He got the best funnel cakes in the city.
Word.
And my friend Taisha got the Blackout Hall. If you want to rent out a party or do your thing there, holler at her. Taisha
Man, had his
Washington.
pop up there. It was
Yep.
nice. I
Oh,
went.
yeah,
I went.
yeah,
That
yeah.
Black Cow Hall on Dixon.
Yeah, I was down there, bro. That's
It was
a real
nice in
spot.
there. I liked
It's a real
it.
nice spot.
That's my friend. Shout out to her too. Like
Word.
my little sister. Shout out to everybody. It's crazy because people that got businesses be spending with me, and I feel like I either got to give them a shout out or spend with them. That's how it's supposed to go. That's how that money supposed to.
That's love.
Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Like Tommy Owens.
T.O.
He done hired me a couple times to do his yard and do a couple things for him. So shout out to him.
T.O.
Shout out to everybody that helped me along the way. So it's whatever. Yeah.
Word, man. So, man, it's Legendary People Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning in today, man. For sure, bro.